Okay, we asked the question, the following scenario. Bill goes to his friend Stevens. Bill says, listen, I bought a chocolate bar, a Hershey's chocolate bar, and it was broken, it was disgusting, it was stale. I wrote them a letter saying how distraught and upset I am, and I even mailed it back to them, and I'm really, really upset. What did I say? Bill wrote to Steve? See, Steve is a bit of a jokester. Decides a week later to mail Bill a letter. Hello, my name is Mr. Hershey's, and this is terrible. We value customer service and quality control. Please, the least we can do is give you a coupon, a voucher for $100. Please take this $100 voucher and go purchase your delicious Hershey products wherever. They'll honor it there. Fine. Bill is like, wow, this is like unbelievable. They responded to me. And he takes his money and he goes to the local store and he buys $100 worth of chocolate bars and uses it for, I don't know, uses it for give out to the poor, uses it for whatever. Fine. A week later, he goes back to that store and the store manager is screaming at him. He's irate. He says, "You're a thief." He says, "What do you mean a thief? That $100 voucher that you gave me was forged. It wasn't real, and I want you to now pay me the $100. Bill's face turns white. He's totally embarrassed. He got tricked. He calls up Steve, sends him a nasty message, which we're not going to say now, and says, "You owe me $100, and I got to pay that guy, or just pay him $100. Who owes who? $100. Says Steve, "What? I don't owe you $100. I was joking around. I was joking around with you. I said that I didn't think you'd actually go and use it. I mean, listen, I'm good at Photoshop, but like, I didn't really think you would take it seriously." So that's the question. Bill is very angry. The store owner is very angry. Steve is just being funny. Who owes who the money? The store manager's out $100. Bill gave the store manager that voucher, and Steve is the jokester behind everything. Essentially, is Steve responsible for the joke that he played? No different answer as people texted back to me today. I believe the correct answer is the following. Since Steve actually did an act, and he produced something, even though he might have had intended to be a hoax, since it was good enough, the quality was good enough, and he produced an actual piece of paper as opposed to something which was said, there's an actual physical document that he used to trick him with, therefore he would be responsible. It's not considered grama benezikin chayav. We obligate someone if they cause indirect damage. Direct damage, of course, responds to an indirect damage. I would believe this is a case of indirect damage because he produced that piece of paper as a forgery to trick him. The only caveat might be that Steve, who's the first guy? Bill? Sorry, Bill, I apologize. Bill, if Bill eats the chocolate bar, he will need to pay for his hana, for the benefit that he received. After all, don't get me wrong, that's not a chocolate bar, right? Let's say he gave to his family over that week. He received some value. So then you have to deduct that from that $100. How to calculate that would be complicated, but I believe it's similar to the Gemara says in Ketubot, on Daf Lamed Daled, that these kids thought that they inherited a cow from their father, but really the father borrowed the cow. So they're like, "Hey, we got a cow from Dad." I mean, hopefully this is after the Shiva, right? Right? You know, and what they do, they slaughter the cow, they eat the meat. They thought it was their cow. They didn't realize their dad had borrowed it. So there, the Gemara says they have to compensate the owner, right? Because after all, sorry, I apologize. They don't have to compensate the owner because they had absolutely no idea whatsoever. They're exempt from it. However, the benefit that they receive from eating that meal, whatever that number is, I think the Gemara, it's a shlish, a third of the value is considered meat. I think that's what they have to pay back to the owner. But they still wouldn't have to. So it appears that Bill take responsibility if he devoured it himself, or since he gave it out as mishloach manot, you might have to deduct what he saved money now on the fact that he didn't have to do it. So that maybe perhaps he'd have to deduct as well. I think that's the way to analyze the case. Interesting case. I can't say it happened to anybody, but you should know this happens with hummus. There was a manufacturing, we call it hummus, one of the sabra. There was a thing in the Sobi said, you know, there's a recall. I sent them a letter because I felt terrible. I brought the hummus to Hillel. So I got 3 new free vouchers. So I don't have to pay for hummus for Hillel now for the next few weeks because I have vouchers.
But they were real vouchers.
But they're real vouchers instead for the company. I hope so because I already used one of them and somebody's thinking mad at me. But anyways, in case, have a terrific Tuesday, everyone. Thank you.